Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm Zmore, the dad in DPS, and today we're back with another episode of The Good, the Scrap, and the Script, a series where I review weapons I've either found or made in Appalachia and see if they're up to snuff. And today's weapon, well, we're just gonna have to pray and spray. Now today's weapon is the Pray and Spray. This has 2-shot explosive and steadfast on here and is a 50 cal machine gun. Now what I will say about the unique interaction that 2-shot has with the explosive effect is the fact that both of the projectiles that you create will explode on impact, which does mean that 2-shot and explosive is a very, very good combination. It's going to do some decent damage. Very good weapon for tagging and just generally hitting things during events without immediately obliterating them, because you can tap this weapon quite effectively. Now the hip fire accuracy doesn't really matter with this weapon because the primary goal is to hit as much crap in the area as possible, and the recoil doesn't really matter either because this weapon doesn't really have recoil, so 100% of nothing is nothing. It's a very, very good weapon. I've used weapons like this for years and I found them very, very fun. And you're going to see that in this video. Now, before we get into the rest of it, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And next up, we have the build. It's very short, brief explanation of it. So this is what we're using. As you can see, it's just your standard heavy build. We've got different things on here to help with carry weight, all the usual stuff, just quality of life build in general. Now, I could use something instead of concentrated fire because we're not going to be using it with this guy, but I don't really have anything that's really useful for it, so yeah. Now the thing I will say about this weapon is it excels in enclosed spaces, but using it outside of those situations is a good way to show you how easy this weapon completely annihilates everything around it. It has such a massive clip that you don't really need to use a lot of your bullets in order to do stuff. And as you can see, when you manually fire this thing, you can get a lot of shots on target. You're seeing that the 2-shot doesn't really spread the bullets out that far. And when you hip fire the damn thing, you're best to do it up close because everything just dies and gets liquefied. It's just a very, very good weapon. And 50 cals, if you want to do like individualistic damage, you know, anti-armor might be a better shout for it, you know, against big targets. Anti-armor, bloodied, you know, your standard effects are going to be potentially just better. But because of the way that this works, and because it's essentially like just a base 25% damage increase, it's better than quite a lot of just random effects. It's just a very good weapon in general. 50 cals are reliable. One of the most reliable weapons in the game. Now, with any of the videos, we are here with Jeff. Now, first thing I'm going to show you is this thing actually does have a pretty good range on it. Like, even with 2-shot, if I don't just lay into him, we are able to shoot him at a distance. And before he's even realised I'm near him, he's not even anywhere near getting to me. But then we're going to get closer, and I'm going to show you exactly the level of spanking this weapon does. Like, Jeff is down in an instant. And the great thing about this is if you're using like perks that allow you to cripple with heavy weapons, this thing's going to cripple people and enemies with the greatest of ease, because the shots will fly off and hit whatever limbs they like. And as usual, we come to the Queen. Now, what we're going to do is just lay into her as much as possible. Now, I'll say this, no matter what weapon you're using, what build you're using, a Mirelurk Queen does not hit in a gentle manner. But you're seeing this weapon absolutely, completely irradiates and eradicates her. But I'm going to say this, you are not getting your ammo back. Like, that ammo is gone. It is a big, massive ammo sink. Kind of pointless to kill them unless you really need to, but you can, and you can do it relatively quickly as well. Now we come to daily ops and expeditions. Now this weapon will completely liquefy the majority of enemies you've got, and it excels at fighting enemies in close proximity with each other. Now, if you have multiple enemies in the one thing, you are going to absolutely slaughter them, And you're going to be getting more than your ammo back. You're going to be getting absolutely tons, and you are going to find this weapon very easy to use. I had sub 1000 ammo prior to joining this daily op, and as you can see, we are now over that cap. Not gonna lie, it depends on you as well. Now, if you are constantly missing your shots or just aiming very poorly and not using the aim function and just hip firing this thing, yeah, you're gonna run out of more ammo than you would normally. But I am consistently and quite effectively eliminating enemies before I use the ammo that they are providing. So it is very good at just completely deleting things. One downside to this weapon is when you are close up, you do unfortunately have a lot of flashing. Like, look at that. You know, epilepsy warning if you use this weapon. It's the two-shot just creates so many explosions and so many things. So it does have the downside that you are going to be seeing a lot of lights. But at the same time, it's a fantastic weapon and is absolutely very good for taking out enemies quite effectively and getting your ammo back. So yeah, that was today's video and today's weapon. Now, when it comes to the 50 cal with two-shot and explosive, it is going to flashbang you at close range. So you do need to be careful of that, but overall, I find it a very satisfying and powerful weapon. It takes down big targets relatively easily. It's not the most optimized version of it, but it is fun, and you will be able to use this during events to tag targets at long distances over wider ranges. It's very good for just general use and just playing for fun. It's also good for kicking the arse of bigger things, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. Either way, guys, if you enjoyed today's video and you'd like to see more from me, and you'd like to see specific weapons, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you all next time in the wasteland.
Through the dark, moonlight's dimly shining, a shadow creeping. Feel your hearts entwining, a twisted mind, seeking prey to devour. In the dead of the night, he gains more power. His bloodshot